Well, to sum it up in one small paragraph, I would like to say I had the best semester of my life, the best year of my life. Everything I wanted to do, I did it. Everything I wanted to accomplish, I accomplished. And for next year, it's going to be 10 times better because I'm putting my heart and soul into this. To sum it up in one sentence, my last two semesters has been challenging. And it's both good and bad challenging because I was coming into this school with the biggest compliments to myself and confidence. Like I complimented myself into like by saying that I am going to ace everything that I do. I'm going to feel good, look good, and do good. If I know better, I'll do better. And one thing I took from my grandmother is to learn how to concentrate and don't let nothing stop you. Don't let nobody tell you no. Don't let nobody distract you for what you want. If you want it, you work on it. If it's that bad that you really want it, then you work on it twice as hard. Prove people wrong. Don't ever let somebody tell you what you can't do. Don't let nobody tell you you have limitations. You don't have limitations unless you put it on yourself. My confidence went from up to down within 6 months because even though I said I was going to keep trying and I said I was going to just be okay, every time I would fail, I would always feel low about myself and I keep hurting myself by telling myself how slow can I be. And then when somebody overheard me say this about myself, they looked at me and asked me, why would I say something like that about myself? I said, because every time, just when I think I'm about to ace something, like I'm about to pass with flying colors, I end up failing. And then she said, well, it's called keep trying. The more you try, the better you'll be. Some people takes more than one tries to get it right. And some people do become blessed enough to be successful the first time. But she said that doesn't mean you cannot be successful. I took so many people's advice for these last 6 to 8 months about succeeding in school and keep trying and trying again. If you don't get it the first time, do it again. If you don't get it the second time, do it again. Third time's a charm sometimes. And I was lucky enough to be successful the second time around, or even the first time. Like it took me 2 tries. So the more I kept trying and keep going at it, the better I was. And now I'm in my third semester, which I'm a sophomore in college right now. I am so much better than I was before. I upgraded my entire life, my way of thinking, my feelings, just because I had the right peoples in my life to teach me how to be that type of person. Be that type of person that thinks highly of of themselves, whether you're a girl or guy. Um, be more confident, even though you are failing some things. Whether or not you're successful at something, still show those confidence around. Still think in your head, you got this in the bag, you're going to pass with flying colors. I told myself so many times that I don't have to be perfect, so stop bashing yourself into thinking that you're not who you thought you would be. You got all the time in the world to be perfect. It's called perfecting your craft for a reason while you're in school. So the one thing I learned this year, and I'm going to do better next year about, is telling myself better things, like compliment myself more. I compliment myself the beginning of the semester, but then when I started failing in some areas, I started talking bad of myself. Don't do that. Don't do what I did. And thank God for putting the right peoples in my life, in my path, to help me feel confident about myself, to help me tell myself better shit like, hey, you got this. You know you smart enough. Yes, you are good enough and you are qualified. And who cares what the naysayers have to say? And then I also had to tell myself that being a slow learner was not a bad thing. It's just mean that you are more careful with what you're learning because you need a clear understanding. I was never the Speedy Gonzalez of students in school back in elementary school or high school. It took more time for me to learn than I thought because I couldn't understand what the teachers were saying back then. But now I'm in a whole new world in a new location, and where I'm at in life is different. I had to relearn everything all over again. But one thing I had to do was be kind to myself. And that was something I had a hard time doing, was being kind to myself. So what I was telling myself, girl, you got this. You wanted this. You've been praying for this. You've been talking to God about this. Now that you actually have it, be happy. Celebrate yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay? And don't care about what anybody has to say. It don't matter what anybody has to say about your career or about your success in school. It doesn't matter what people or how people feel and what they have to say. You know, it's like a lot of people, I feel like you're not going to get a lot of people that's going to love you and that's going to support you and root for you as a cheerleader. Okay, some people do wish you good luck. Some people wish you well, but they just don't wish you doing better than them. And when they feel like you're doing better than them, then they start doing hate and massive hate towards you. And it's up to you to let it get to you or keep moving. I celebrate those because those type of haters makes me feel like I'm winning. And sometimes I don't take people serious. Sometimes I don't take anything to heart because this only shows me that I'm doing well. So once again, I had to tell myself, Sherelle, I don't know why you think you're not doing good. I don't know why you don't think that you're good enough. You got people out here who shows you that you're good enough, who shows you that you're qualified, who shows that you're doing good. Obviously, I'm doing something right if I have so many people that is hating on me, naysayers, people who doubted me, and I have to take pictures and record videos of stuff to show that I'm being successful, to show that I'm putting in the work and my work is paid off. So the one advice I want to give myself for the future is ignore the hating. Pay attention to the silent supporters and ignore the hate. And give yourself grace because you are doing good. Okay, you are upgraded. You are putting in the work. And I would like to tell myself and my younger self that we did it. After all this work we put in, all the footwork, the paperwork, the studying, we did it. All them grades I got, I had nothing but A's and B's. I had never seen that in elementary school or high school. I was B's and C's and sometimes D's, but now it's like A's and B's. And that was enough to pump me up, like make me feel like I'm doing good. So to 2026, may this ride be as smooth as butter, baby, because we are in it for the long haul. I am not giving up. I am not backing down. And for anybody who's trying to make me feel any type of way, I return all that evil energy to sender because there's no way in hell that you're going to win. The devil would never win, not on my watch. And as long as I keep doing good, keep putting in the work, I'm going to be fine. And funny how I'm putting in all this work by myself with no help. I'm super proud of myself. And I'm so happy that I'm almost done with school. And 2026 is going to be my year again, just like this year was my year, because I'm putting in all the work. I'm showing patience and I'm showing gratitude, not only to God and to the universe, but to the peoples in the school that's giving me the chance to make a living, to learn and do great. And even with certain peoples in school thought I wasn't going to do good, I saw the doubts. I heard the doubts in their voice, saw the look on their face, and that was enough to get me going. That was enough to get me to try harder. And like I said, the hateful comments, the doubt, the naysayers, you just encouraging me to do better. And I thank you for that. And the one thing I'm going to do more is cancel out the noise and put in more work. Like like I said before, you got to work 10 times harder when you're in my position, because you didn't grow up being, fortunate in having people on your team. You grew up being a rebel because you feel like so many people was against you. And it wasn't just me being delusional, it was an actual fact. So, like I said, May 2026 be my year. May I finish in how you say it, in the best time ever. Okay, I say this is not a race, but this is my race, the race to the finish line, because I am sick and tired of people having to keep questioning me about what I can do, how long it's going to take me to do it, and if I could do it at all, if I'm even qualified to do it. And I look at them and I say, yes, I am qualified, more than qualified. So cheers to 2026. We're going to rock it out and we're going to get that degree. Okay? I am so proud of myself, and I know my grandmother and my ancestors are super proud of me too. And I hope I made everybody else proud, because it's been the roller coaster of a lifetime, and I am super grateful for that, and I'm so happy for that. And I just want to thank everybody for being my biggest supporters and people saying the nicest things to me on social media as well as in person. Every time I see somebody walking down the street and they say, hey, I seen your videos on social media, it makes me feel good. And the first thing they say is congratulations. I have gotten so many props, so much love and admiration from a lot of people that it just started to make me feel really good. Here I thought nobody was paying attention to me, and all the while so many people was. My neighbors come to me all the time and tell me they watch my videos. They love what I posted. They say, yo, some of them didn't even know I was even in school. And the one thing they say is to keep going. Don't stop. I love my neighbors so much because they are my biggest supporters, and they encourage me to keep fighting for what I want. They encourage me to keep going after what I've been destined to have in my life. And it's not just with the high school diploma or the degree. It's with life in general. I wanted to be a business owner, but I also wanted to work in the medical field. And ever since I took care of my grandmother and been there for her, and I've been taking care of a lot of other people's too, volunteer work wise, I've been wanting to do this. I wanted to see everybody walk out of their hospital rooms healthy as a horse and not let their sickness hold them down. And when I spoke to the dean and I spoke to other people in my school about why I wanted to become a podiatrist, why I wanted to work in the medical field, I said that my biggest inspiration was my grandmother. That's it. It was nothing else. It was like the biggest inspiration, and the only one person that encourages me to go after what I want was my grandmother. I pray to God that my grandmother hears me from heaven saying that this is for her. Everything I do is for her. Me succeeding in school, for her. Succeeding in career, for her. Everything I accomplished was because of her. She taught me so many things that people never even thought of. And me and my grandmother, we communicated a lot. But here's the thing, there's a special communication you have with your grandparents that no one will ever have and no one will ever know, because it's between you and your grandparents. My grandmother, in very little words, said to me that I could do it. She said a lot without saying much at all, if that makes sense. And I told my grandmother, don't worry, I'm going to get what you want me to get. I would never disappoint my grandmother. Everything I told her I would do, I'm going to do it. Okay, even when I was a little girl, I say, when I grow up, I'm going to be the person you want me to be. And I apologize for being such a rebel, for being so stubborn, to being just a party girl that didn't take nothing serious. I felt like I upset my grandmother. I disappointed her because I didn't finish school in time, or I didn't accomplish what she wanted me to accomplish in time while she was alive, but damn sure she's going to see it now in the spirit. And I do hope she is proud of me. So, like I said, just because a lot of people are naysayers doesn't mean it's not true of what you're doing. You're doing just fine. Naysayers going to doubt that you're doing what you need to do. Naysayers going to say, hey, I highly doubt that she's going to finish. Prove them wrong. But the one thing a naysayer would never say is, I see you. You trying your best. You accomplish what you accomplish. And that's what that matters. And I'm here to tell everybody who is doubting their talents, doubting their lives, thinking they never going to succeed in anything. You are. The only thing that matters is what God says and what Grandma says. This year has been the best year of my life. It taught me valuable lessons. It opened my eyes to the real thing in this world. It's like you accept people for who they are, whether they're good and bad. Because at the end of the day, it teaches you how to move on without them. And not everybody is equipped to ride this ride with you. God is elevating you to a whole nother level. Okay? And if you are elevating and you are evolving into a better person, it's not because of people around you. It's because of what you've been through. It's what you put in the work for. And you don't look like what you've been through because all your life you have to show strength. You have to show in your face that you're not affected. And you have to feel that you're not affected by anything negative. And I put in so much energy and work into everything. I evolved into the woman I wanted to be all my life, but too scared to even put in the work to do it. I showed myself so much strength and I showed that I could do it. I was persistent. I was not going to sit here and just be like, okay, you win, the devil. No, the devil don't get to win. And he's never going to win. And this is something I've been telling myself for months. The devil is not going to win. You are. And I conquered it. Okay? This is pure confidence because I put in the work. This is not cockiness. And I love me. And I love me being me. And I love what I'm capable of. And I love the strength that I have. And I love the fact that I put myself in a position where I could be a better person. And if my kids could see this, I hope they are proud of me. Because this is the best feeling in the world I ever had. I never felt this before. The one word I could describe how the ending of my year is amazing. Along the way, I made so many friends. I made so many alliances. I formed an alliance of a lifetime. This group has held me down from day one, and I never will forget them. Even some of them that dropped out of school, I will never forget them because they taught me some lessons too. For everybody who's been there for me, you putting your part on helping me with everything. I'm acknowledging you for the amazing person that you are. And they all are women, surprisingly. And one of them are men. And his name was Vincent Paletta. And he was the first person I met when I first went to school. He's been amazing. He's been my number one cheerleader because every time I see him, he's rooting for me. I will never forget him. Even after I graduate, I will never forget him. And everybody else, I thank them too. Because they always rooted for me. They see me and they get excited about what I accomplish. Because you could see everybody's accomplishments in school. Like they always announce it. Some don't, some do. And then to be put on the dean's list. If that's not a big accomplishment, I don't know what is. When I was told through email and saw on my portal, the school's portal, that I made it on the dean's list, I was shocked. I got the email through my Gmail account. I was shocked. I sat here for almost 20 minutes looking at this email over and over to make sure I wasn't dreaming. The little girl in me is screaming that this is the best thing I ever had. Because, like I said, I never made it that far in school growing up. And life got in the way. Life was lifing so hard. And then I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know what to do. I didn't have no plans. I didn't know what was going to happen to me. And I kept saying, what's going to happen to me in the next 4 or 5 years? What's going to happen to me in 10 years? When I get to be in my 20s and 30s, what's going to happen to me? I kept questioning that, but didn't come up with an answer. But now I know. And I am extremely happy for this. And I'm like, don't stop. Keep going. This is your spiritual race, and you're going to win. They say slow and steady wins the race, and they was right. I took my time. I didn't rush. I didn't ask for a shortcut, anything like that. I did it the hard way, which is learning on my own on how to figure problems out, do things that I never did before. College was very intimidated to me because this is my first time going. But the longer I stuck in there, the better it was for me. And this is not bragging. So anybody feels like I'm just sitting here bragging, you're just a fucking hater. Kindly just keep it moving. But this is my time to shine, and this is my time to say what I have to say. I want to go over this entire last year and a half of me being in college. This has been a bumpy road. I'm not going to sit here and fake the funk like I didn't have hard times. It was a struggle. That's why I say this has been a roller coaster of a ride, because I went through a lot of hard times and I struggled to the point I cried. My confidence went down a good chunk of my time being in school because I didn't think I was going to make it, and I kept doubting it. And then, like I say, if it wasn't for the tutors I had, if it wasn't for the counselors I had and the staff in the school lifting me up and talking to me, I don't think I would have finished. I thought I was going to drop out the minute we was going to be on our third semester. And I'm almost done with my third semester. I got one more month. And then my fourth semester start in February 1st. I am truly grateful for everything. Will I do this again? I don't know. But this has been amazing. And like I said, this is not going to be the ending, because I do have more schooling to go to. Like I say, I wanted to be a doctor. Like I say, this is not going to be just a 2-year thing. What I'm in school for now, this is a 2-year school. But being that I wanted to become a doctor, I'm going to be in school for another 2, maybe 3 or 4 years, because I'm not done with this. And while I am going to be a nurse, I'm still going to school to get my doctorate degree. And I'm studying internal medicine, podiatry, and I'm also studying to be a nurse. I'm doing all this at one time as we speak. And I told the staff at my school what I'm doing. I know some of the things I'm doing, I'm not doing in school physically, but I'm doing it on my own because I feel like I need to have I need to catch up. I was like, all this stuff I need to do like last year. So it was no better time than the now to do what I need to do. And once I finish my nursing school and get my bachelor's degree and my associates, then I'm heading for my doctorate to be a doctor, whatever. My master's, I'm getting in education, because there was another thing I haven't told y'all. All while going to school, I was offered several positions in the work field, and one of them was childhood education, to be a teacher. But somehow I just denied it, and I was like, okay, I don't think being a teacher is right for me. But then my professor kept urging me to do it. She said, I believe in you. For some reason, she got so much faith in me. And I was like, okay, I don't understand why. I don't know why would I want to be a teacher, but let's just see how it goes. So I wanted to teach criminology because I am good at criminology, and that was one of my passion. So that's another thing I want to go to school for. So that's why I say I would get my associates in liberal arts and science, bachelor's in science, in in this nursing thing, and then turn around and do the criminology. And what more a girl could ask for? Okay, I was like, you know what? Nothing is not too much for me. All this is not too much for me. I could do more than one thing. And I asked my professor, does she believe that I could do this? She said, of course. She said, you put your energy to it, your mind to it, and you know you're not going to give up, then do it. You could do it. There's people out here with several degrees for different things, but yet they only stuck with that one job. She said, if you could do it, do it. So that's what I'm doing. So, like I said, this has been crazy. Oh, and by the way, y'all will see my grades. I don't want to post my grades now, but I will post it once I'm done with all of my classes and I get all of my grades. Then I'm going to post it. So far, I got 1 grade back from my psychology class, and yes, I passed. Okay, what do you think I have? But let's just wait until February 1st and then you see everything. But for now, you have a great holiday, and I'll see ya in the new year.